join the 5 a.m. club, and do you want to know what it is? Well, let's see. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in whichever part of the world that you are, and welcome to Learnamytes, where learning is for all and all that we do is for learning. We request you to watch this video till the end. Please like and share this video as much as you can, and please subscribe to the Learnamytes channel. This is the last video of the year 2021. We wish all of you a very happy and prosperous new year 2022. We thought that we would like to end this year, close this year with a very special video on maybe a habit that you would like to build, or maybe something that you're looking forward to, or building those resolutions. We would also recommend that please watch our video on the power of habits. The description of the video and the link is provided in the bio. So let's talk about the 5 a.m. Club. In fact, let's review the book The 5 a.m. Club by iconic management guru and author Robin Sharma. The book is basically, it's the culmination, or it is actually the work of Robin Sharma over 20 years. You know, the kind of sessions that he has facilitated, the programs that he has conducted for professionals, celebrated entrepreneurs, the who's who of the corporate world, the CEOs, the top honkos, the sporting superstars, music icons, so on and so forth. So this is the culmination of all his work, is what he describes at the start of the book. He also says that anyone who wants to bring about that change, who wants to enhance his or her productivity, wants to really do some world-class work, should definitely join the 5 a.m. Club. And we at Learnamytes would recommend you to read this book, The 5 a.m. Club. So, 5 a.m. Club. The book has been divided into 17 chapters. We are going to take an overview of what these 17 chapters are all about. We're going to talk about the learnings from this book, what I thought were the learnings from the book. And yes, of course, we're going to tell you that how do you join the 5 a.m. Club, in the sense that what do you do when you join the 5 a.m. Club. So the actual steps, we're going to talk about all of these. So the book is basically like the other famous book of Robin Sharma, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. This book is also a kind of a fable. This is the story of a depressed entrepreneur, a lady who is in her mid-40s and is now facing some serious challenges at work and her personal life as well. What she does is she decides to attend a seminar by a celebrated speaker who is in his 80s. Now when she attends this seminar, what happens is while the speaker is sharing his pearls of wisdom, he falls on the stage, and that's where the lady bumps into another fellow participant who is a painter. Now both of them start talking about life, and they start talking about what were the learnings from the seminar so far. They meet a very weird looking sort of man. They call him as the homeless man, who's wearing very simple clothes. And this man also strikes conversation with them. He starts sharing some exciting experiences about his life. And eventually both of them realize that actually he is not a homeless man, but he is a billionaire. He is into multiple businesses, and he makes them an offer. He gives them an offer and says that if you would really like to know the technique, if you really want to grow, then why don't you come and meet me, and I'll teach you the techniques for free. So he says that the next morning, please meet me at 5 a.m. at a pre-decided spot, and from there, all your travel and everything will be arranged by me, and I'm going to take care of all these things. Both the lady, the entrepreneur and the artist, the other guy that she bumps into, both of them are a little confused. They really want to They are not sure whether they would like to travel, but they decide to take the risk. And that's why they reach this island. The name of this man, this homeless man, they realize that his name is Mr. Stone Riley, and he stays in Mauritius. He actually owns an island near Mauritius, and they meet him at his house, and that's where he shares this journey. They are also amused to see basically the professional speaker who was there at the seminar the other day, the previous day. Now that's where this whole journey starts, and that's where slowly but surely this billionaire Stone Riley, he unravels the 5 AM club, the principles, the reasons, and how do you become a champion by being a part of the 5 AM club. I'm going to read out some very interesting quotes which I found them in the book, and I think they are quite subtle, they are quite useful. So here are a few quotes or lines from the book. So one central idea of this book, before I read the quotes, is the central idea of this book is own your morning, change your life. And I think it goes well with the title of the book, which is 5 AM Club. So the message is obvious. Now the quotes or the lines which I love, which I have written them, a few are from the book and a few are by celebrated philosophers and thinkers and authors. So one of the things is ideas are worth nothing unless backed by application. So yes, if I have to back it up, when I read this line, what immediately struck me is because we are on the verge of setting up our goals because the new year is about to begin. So many times we come up with wonderful ideas, we decide to go to the gym or hit the gym, or we decide to start reading one book a month, or we decide we have some other resolution in mind. And if we do not back it up with execution, then I think it's of no use. That's where I realized the importance of this quote. Ideas are worth nothing unless backed by application. Now the famous artist, the legendary painter Picasso, this is his quote where he says you should learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. So I think following certain rules, following certain discipline is extremely important, which has been highlighted throughout the book, The 5 AM Club. Then there is one line which the artist says to the entrepreneur, the depressed entrepreneur, the lady. A line about Spartan warrior credo. One who sweats more in training bleeds less in war. I mean, somewhere in the book, the author has talked about the obvious thing that it's always painful to get up at 5 AM in the morning. I'm sure many of us may have struggled. Those people who have the habit of waking up early, I think they will understand that it takes certain amount of discipline. You really have to train your mind to wake up at 5 AM in the morning. Then there is a quote by the great philosopher Tolstoy, which is there in the book, which says, everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing self. I think very well backed throughout the book that if you really want to bring about that transformation, what you need to do first is to change yourself. So the buck stops at you. The responsibility lies with you. Is what the billionaire or Stone Riley. I keep on saying his name as Scott. Stone Riley tells the depressed entrepreneur, the lady, and the artist. And finally, this is I think something which I'm going to take away from this book, and this is brilliant. This line goes, all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. So I'll repeat the line, all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. So these were some of the lines which have stayed with me. There are quite a few lines, there are quite a few quotes from Picasso, Aristotle, and a number of authors, but these were the ones which I liked, so I thought of sharing with all of you. Now let's look at what exactly is the 5 AM Club, and how do you join the 5 AM Club. So I think the underlying principle, as I said earlier, is own your morning, change your life. So the principle, the 5 AM Club principle, is the 20-20-20 rule. Now as per this, the first step is to wake up at 5 AM in the morning. Now, it is not just important to wake up, but what do you do? The application part, the code which I read earlier. What do you do after waking up is also extremely important. Now, from 5 to 5:20, the first step is move. By movement or move means you have to exercise, you have to do some physical activity to the extent that you start sweating. Now, what happens? It has been given in the book that what happens because of this is the cortisol level goes down and your overthinking stops. Your brain cells get repaired. So the first 20 minutes from 5 a.m. to 5:20 is move. From 5:20 to 5:40 is the time to reflect. Now, this is the time where you can do a lot of self-talk, where you can meditate, where you can just close your eyes and sit and relax. This helps you to get into the flow and this clears the clutter in the mind. And we are talking about that time of the day, 5:20 to 5:40, which I believe is going to be quiet, where most of the people around you will be sleeping. So you will get that me time, that quiet time to reflect and connect with your own soul. There are quite a few things which one can do. What I do is I have downloaded an app and I do meditation for about 10 minutes. Then I do about the Isha Kriya by Sadhguru. I do it for about 15 minutes. And that's how I use these 20 to 25 minutes of my time, that 5:20 to 5:40. Now, I would also recommend that during this time you could also try, as I said earlier, self-talk. So I watched an interview of the Indian football captain Sunil Chhetri, and he says that before every game he engages into something called as self-talk or pep talk. He talks to himself. He talks about his goals, his plans for the day, so on and so forth. And then so we are done with 5 to 5:20, we're done with 5:20 to 5:40, which is reflect. And then finally we come to the last part of the 20-20-20 rule or the 20-20-20 principle of the 5 a.m. club, which is growth. So 5:40 to 6 a.m., the last 20 minutes, you can are to be dedicated to your own growth, to your self-growth. So this is the time where you can read books, where you can learn something new, where you can start reading about business in case you are in business or in service, or if you are a student, then you can start learning some new things during this time for about 20 minutes, and that's where you start growing. Quite a few people, it has been said in the book that you can also watch motivational videos. So I would say that why don't you watch Learnamytes videos? So this would be a great time to watch the Learnamytes videos. This way you can stay motivated, you can stay inspired, you can learn quite a few things, and that's what Learnamytes is dedicated all about. And this is how you can get into this mode of from moving to reflecting, and from reflecting to growing. And this needs to be done consistently. Now, how do we do it consistently? Is by building a habit. And how do we build habits? As I mentioned earlier, you can watch our video on the power of habits, and of course you can read a lot. There's a lot of literature available on how to develop habits on the internet. Quite a few videos available. And like I said, the Learnamytes video is also there to support you, to help you. So this is about the 20-20-20 principle of 5 a.m. club. Now, one more thing which has been highlighted in the book as a part of joining the 5 a.m. club is that it is not just about waking up at 5 a.m. It's also about sleeping on time. Now, how do you do that in today's wired world or the electronic world? Now, throughout the book, one thing which the author, Mr. Robin Sharma, has highlighted is that getting away from these electronic gadgets. So one of the things which has been prescribed in the book is that every day at about 8 p.m. in the evening, why don't you cut off your social media, or why don't you get away from your phone and focus on spending time with your family, or doing something, or your dinner and things like that, and start planning for it, or planning for the time you're about to sleep, the time between about 8 to 10 p.m. And he says that by 10 p.m. you're supposed to sleep. Now, a friend of mine, when I was sharing this concept of 5 a.m., he said that, Kirish, quite a few people or quite a few philosophers and authors, they say that you should wake up at 3:30 in the morning because that is the Brahma Muhurat and that is the best time to wake up. And yes, of course, there are videos as well on why it is important to wake up at 3:30. Then another friend said that, Girish, I think my time is I prefer to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Well, basis reading the book and basis listening and interacting with quite a few people, since I'm from the training industry, I kept on exchanging notes I keep on exchanging notes with quite a few people from the industry. So what I realized is any time between 3:30 to 6 a.m. or to be precise, to be more realistic, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is a good time to wake up. Now what is more important is after you wake up, you need to follow the 5 a.m. club principles, the 20-20-20 principle as I spoke earlier. So even if you wake up at 6, follow the routine from 6 to 6:20, 6:20 to 6:40, 6:40 to 7. Someone asked me that I work in night shift, so how does the 5 a.m. club principle work for me? Again, I go back and say that, look, 5 a.m. club is, it's a concept by itself. Of course, the author talks about the benefit of waking up early. So there are quite a few health benefits. There are quite a few benefits like, somewhere it has been said in the book that it soars your energy level, waking up early, it soars your energy level, it doubles your creativity and it triples your productivity. And this has been scientifically proven. So yes, of course, there are benefits. But let's say, what if you are someone who is working in night shift and that could be your way of life? So fair enough. What is again important is when you wake up, can you take out that 1 hour and use the 20-20-20 principle from the 5 a.m. club book to your own advantage? And I do believe that we can do this. So that's all about the 5 a.m. club, on how you join the 5 a.m. club and what exactly do you do after waking up at 5 a.m. So before I close this video, I would like to talk about the learnings from this video. So one of the learnings which I could think of course, very, very important, is change is constant. That if you really want to excel in your personal sphere of life, or you want to gain that professional mastery, if I may say so, then you have to change, you have to bring about that change. Second is own your morning and change your life. The 5 a.m. club principle, if I would call this as the learning as 5 a.m. club principle. So that's the learning, own your morning, change your life. And number 3 is about the 2x3x mindset. That if you want to double your income and impact, I'll repeat, if you want to double your income and impact, you have to triple your investment in personal growth and professional mastery. So that is the 2x3x mindset. And finally, the book talks about not just mindset. I mean, the entire book focuses on mindset, but it also talks about your heart set, your health set. It talks about your soul set as well. So it talks about not just mindset, it talks about heart set, health set, soul set. So I think it touches upon the various facets of life. I would recommend each one of you that as a part of this your journey of the new year 2022, it would be a great idea to pick up the 5 a.m. club book. I have also been a part, and I'm still a part of something called as the 5 a.m. club. It's a group on Facebook, so you can join the Facebook groups. There are quite a few books on, quite a few groups on Facebook, and of course you can read the book as well and get benefited out of this. So thank you so much. And before we close the video, I wish all of you a very happy and prosperous New Year 2022. On behalf of Team Learnamytes, we promise you that this will be a great year of learning, motivation and inspiration. So keep watching Learnamytes. Please like and share this video as much as you can and subscribe to the Learnamytes channel. Press the bell icon so that you get our weekly notifications. Thank you and namaste.